Hey guys, what to trade this week? In this video, we'll analyze euro dollar. I will share with you my swing analysis for Aussie dollar pair. We will discuss a very bearish forecast for pound dollar pair, and I will share with you a detailed analysis for gold. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's start. I want to start our analysis with the Aussie dollar pair. We are in a daily time frame, and let's execute the price action analysis here. As you can see, last year, once the market reached that structure low, we started to trade in a bullish trend. The market was steadily growing and the price was setting higher highs and higher lows. Then important thing happened with the pair. In February, the market reached a very important horizontal structure resistance. You can see that once that resistance was reached, bears started to push. And from that resistance, we saw a strong bearish movement and the market started to trade in a bearish trend. Then, analyzing what was happening with the market this year, we can spot that once the price reached that structure low, we started to trade within a horizontal range. You can see that the market started to consolidate, and for a quite long period of time, the market was trading in sideways, consolidating. Then, you can see that last week, the price broke the support of the range. You can see that with a very strong bearish candle, we closed below the support of the range. And you can see that now we are trading below that. In my view, that breakout is the indicator of the strength of the sellers. And probabilities will be high that the pair will keep falling. The closest strong support that I see here in Aussie dollar is over here, and I believe that that will be the next midterm goal for the sellers. Then, talking about from where exactly to short the pair, I would recommend paying close attention to the broken support of the range. Also, a bit higher over here, we also have the minor horizontal structure resistance that should be also taken into consideration. So that area right here will be our sell zone, the area from where we will look for shorting, expecting a bearish continuation at least to that horizontal support. Now, important update for euro dollar pair. We are in a daily time frame, and you can see that for a quite long period of time, euro dollar keeps falling. But even though the market is very bearish, the fact is that at the moment the pair is approaching a very important horizontal structure support. And you can see that approaching that support, the price formed a doji candle that signifies the local weakness of the sellers. At the same time, over here, we also have a very important horizontal structure resistance that was respected when the market was forming that doji candle. The fact is, traders, that the pair is currently stuck between two very important structures. From one side, we have a key support, and from another, we have a key resistance. And the future direction of the pair will depend on the reaction of the price to these two structures. If the price breaks and closes below that support, if a daily candle closes below that, probabilities will be high that the pair will drop much lower. And I will expect a bearish continuation to that horizontal zone of demand. Alternatively, a bullish breakout of that resistance may initiate a correctional movement on the pair. And if the price breaks and closes above that resistance, I will expect a correctional movement at least to that structure. The next instrument that we'll discuss is a pound dollar pair. We are in a daily time frame. And again, you can see that since March, the pair was trading in a bullish trend. Yes, the market was growing steadily, but once that high was reached, bears started to push. And what is the reason why from that point, from that area, bears started to push? We don't see any key level here on a daily. So what really happened? If we open a weekly time frame and analyze the structure on the weekly, we can spot that pound dollar reached a very important weekly structure resistance. That was a weekly structure from where bears started to push. Now, returning back to the daily time frame, we can spot that pound dollar managed to break multiple horizontal key levels. You can see that bears started to push heavily, and we keep breaking the key levels to the downside. And that is the perfect indication of the strengths of the sellers. Then, analyzing what happened with the pair last week, we can spot that the pair has successfully violated that horizontal zone of demand. That zone turned into the supply zone, and probabilities will be high that the pair will keep falling at least to that support. That will be the closest strong support, and I will expect a bearish continuation to that structure. Also, monitoring just the recent price action, we should also take into consideration the structure over here. So our sell zone will be that white area. So from that white area, you should look for shorting opportunities, and from that area, you can expect a bearish continuation to the structure. The outlook is very bearish. Many of you asked me to analyze gold. So let's execute the multiple time frame analysis here, and let's try to get what is happening with the market. Here on a daily, we can see that for a quite long period of time, gold is bearish. And even though we are trading in a bullish trend, the fact is that locally sellers are dominating the market. And what is the reason why gold is falling? I want to remind you, traders, that if we open a weekly time frame, we can spot that earlier gold reached a very important weekly structure resistance, a very important historical structure from where we were rejected heavily. So no surprise that sellers are pushing the market. You can see how important that structure was for the market participants in the past. So of course, for many sellers, that structure was the perfect spot for shorting. But now returning back to the daily time frame, the situation is a bit tricky, because even though we were falling last week, it turned out that the price reached a very important horizontal structure support. At the same time, over here, we have a very important resistance. And you can see that currently gold is trading between two important structures that are lying very close to each other. And in such kind of a situation, traders, as always, the best strategy to follow is to wait for a breakout. And the breakout of one of the structures will show you where the market will go next. If the price breaks and closes below that horizontal structure support, on a daily, it will be a very important bearish trigger, and the probabilities will be high that then gold will drop much lower. And the next goal for sellers will be that horizontal structure support then. So if you're looking for shorting, please wait for a breakout of that support first. For those who are thinking that gold is quite oversold, your confirmation to buy will be a bullish breakout of that horizontal resistance to the upside. If the price breaks and closes above that structure on a daily, we will expect a correctional movement on gold, and we will expect a bullish movement at least to that resistance. So here are the scenarios for you to watch. As always, traders, remember that key levels are very important, and depending on the reaction of the price to key levels, we make the predictions. Traders, if you want to learn how to trade, if you want to see how I trade live, don't forget to check my premium educational group, the link in the description below. Also, traders, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you next week. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I always reply.